SwoleBenji here. Today I'm going to talk to you about advanced tanking. This is the advanced tanking guide. We are going to go over items, how you can tank anything in the game without taking damage with a budget set as long as you have the right gear with the right perks. And we're going to talk about tanking offhands, tanking settings, and how you should deal with tanking mobs, especially like this big guy up here. I'm going to show you how you can tank him all day without dying. It's very simple, very easy. But before we get into it, there is a video that you will need to watch beforehand, and that is where to get the items at, and the video is on my channel. It looks just like this. It is called Budget Tank New World Build Guide. No crafting or market required. Tank Lazarus easily. You can find it right here on my channel. You just click my channel, you go to videos, and you click search. You can type any of these words in. It should pop up. And yes, I am aware that this thumbnail does look like a video game databank, whom I've been subscribed to for about a year now, since Cyberpunk days. This is his channel, Video Game Databank. Go check him out. Give him a sub. He's almost at 50k, and he is killing it on the New World game, okay? He is getting the views. He is putting out all the news and all the info. Absolute amazing channel. Let's get into our own video, alright? So, real quick, I'm going to talk now about the gear. And let's just take a look. You can see that my gear score is not even 500, guys. You don't need void bent armor to be a good tank. And I just want to talk about why I look like this. I am using skins, and the reason I'm using this skin, this is normally what the helmet looks like. It's the faction helmet for Covenant. Now, the reason I look like this is because this is the brightest skin that I own, okay? It's bright, it's yellow, it's big, it pops out. People can notice it from far away. Same goes with having the big shield, and of course, well, this passive also lets people see you, but the reason you want to be seen as a tank is so that your party members can see where you are and run to you if they are in danger. You want to be able to pop out for your raid. If you're doing Merc Guard with like 20 to 30 to 100 people, you want to stand out of the crowd, so you want to use a skin like this. I don't remember how I got the skin. It was something in the beta, possibly, or maybe a Twitch thing. I don't remember. Anyway, guys, so now let's talk about the items. The most important thing that you want on your items is refreshing, okay? Now, resilient reduces crit damage, but to my knowledge, mobs don't crit anymore. They haven't since the betas, apparently. That's what people have been telling me. So, refreshing, the reason this is so important is so that you can get your taunts back ASAP, and your abilities as a tank are very vital to your own survival, alright? Because your abilities are what heals you, makes you tankier, and gives you stamina, and stamina is basically your life bar when you're doing in-game dungeons or Merc Guard, or the level 65 corrupted portals, the big ones. Now, for the shield, also I have onyxes in these because spells in this game aren't really that lethal except for a few mobs in the entire game. Most of the things you're going to be fighting are physical damage based. Most things, not everything, but most. Alright? So, that's why I picked onyxes on every piece of gear, and what that does is it's right now giving me a 19.5% damage resistance. Physical, of course. So, on the shield, this is, again, watch that other video on how to get all this gear. You can get all this gear in one day, one single day. Tower shield, you want sturdy on it, okay? Because sturdy dramatically increases or decreases, rather, the amount of stamina damage you take. I know it only sounds like 8.9%, that isn't much, but it actually is quite a lot. The hatred on there is a bonus, you don't really need it. Because the tank mechanics are a little not what you would expect in this game. They are not like World of Warcraft, alright? For the amulet, you want stamina recovery. So if you're below 50% life, and you take a hit, you will gain a whole bunch of stamina. Enough to save your life until you get a heal. Also, the health bonus on an amulet, for me, it's about 800 additional HP. So it's nice. For the ring, you want keen awareness, because every time you crit, you generate way more threat than when you don't crit. Hardy is really nice to have because it gives you more stamina. This gives you an extra entire dodge if you need it, though you really shouldn't be dodging if you know what you're doing. I'm going to talk more about that in a little bit. Now, we have the earring. You want regenerating. Regenerating, it may not sound like much, 0.39% health every second. That's about 56 HP, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's every in-game second, okay? So 1 real life second, it's about 150 HP constantly. This is while you're blocking, while you're running around. It is just an endless, everlasting heal. Refreshing, again, is a good one. Alright? And then for your weapons, you want keen on your weapon, and you want refreshing move. You have to have both of these on your weapon. I'm not using the PvP reward weapon, but if I were, it has the exact same perks as this one. And of course, you need to have a Carnelian gem in both your main hand and your offhand, which I'm going to tell you right now is the hatchet. It is the big winner for end-game tanking, but I'm going to tell you other options and why you should and should not use them and what situations you should use them in. For your potions, you don't need anything fancy. Just a heal potion, a regeneration potion, you want a food. If you want to be lame, you can stack foods, but that's a bug. I'm going to talk about a lot of bugs too in this video. Now, before we even begin, I want to talk about video game settings. Now, let's pretend the campfire is a bad guy and we're taking him. I don't actually dodge, but I'm taking him. Oh crap, my stamina is low. It's time to run away, right? So that would be a fail. So I'm running away from him, right? And you'll notice I don't run away, I don't backpedal, and I don't run away like this. And the reason for that is that while you're holding block, you have a 180-degree block angle. So if I'm facing right here and that campfire hits me, I can still block it. But if I face this way and it hits me, I will not block it. And of course, I'll block it if I face this direction. You don't have to aim the shield up to block attacks coming from the top. And aiming the shield, aiming your shield up and down does absolutely nothing. It just looks kind of funny, especially because it's clipping through the leg there. But as long as you hold your right click and you are within 180 degrees, you will block the attack. But, see, if I'm running away, I can no longer see the campfire. The campfire monster could be charging a big attack, and I wouldn't be able to see it. So here is a fix for you. You're going to go to Settings, and you're going to go to Visuals. And right here at Field of View, the default that the game just puts you in is 50. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you use musket, if you use fire staff, if you use a ranged sniper weapon, maybe bows, you really don't want to touch this, okay? Because if you are used to shooting at the default or whatever you have it set at, you don't want to start changing it because that's going to mess up your aim. But for a tank, change this bad boy to 70. Now check it out. Now we can see the campfire. We couldn't see it before, so also if you press escape it zooms out more, but that's not something you would do while in the middle of combat anyway. Alright, so we're at 70, let's put it back down to 50. I have not moved my character, and now the campfire, I cannot see it. So, as a tank, this lets you be more aware of your surroundings. You can see if your allies are being beaten on by, like, skeleton summons or something. You can also see, like, if this is a big monster, like that guy right up top there, that he might be charging an attack or getting ready to run at you really fast, so you would know to stop running and then block. And also face his direction, or within 180 degrees, okay? So, with that setting, it does kind of distort the world a bit. It makes things a lot smaller, but it does allow you to see more around you. It's very, very useful. Now, let's talk about offhands real quick, okay? If you haven't watched the other video, okay, it goes over the spec you should use, alright? But it doesn't go over the offhand spec, and I'm going to talk about the offhand specs in just a bit. But you can just screenshot this, hold Alt, press print screen, paste it into a paint, image, save it as a JPEG or PNG, whatever. Alright, or you can pause the video. It doesn't matter. Do it however you want. Just do not take a snapshot with your cell phone. That's amateur hour stuff, and I hate people that do that. Alright, so we're going to talk about the best offhand first, because I hate YouTube videos where they save the best for last. I absolutely hate that. So, the absolute best offhand for in-game tanking is the hatchet. It is the #1 weapon that you should use, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. But before I do, I want to talk about the bugs that this weapon has and how you should avoid them. Okay, so a lot of people will look at the weapons here and be like, why aren't you picking Infected Throw? It can give the enemy weaken by 10%. That's really good for 10 seconds. Also, this little fart cloud here, aerial transmission, is a really good, SwoleBenji. Why aren't you picking it? The reason I'm not picking it is as follows. Infected Throw does not give the enemy weaken. It only gives disease. If you don't believe me, go ahead and put points into it and then hit an enemy with it. You will never ever weaken them. You will never see the weaken icon. You can try in PvP. They will not be weakened. You can let them hit you. Hit them with Infected Throw. Let them hit you again. They will not deal less damage. It is not working. It just does not work, okay? And now let's talk about the fart cloud. If you hit an enemy with this, they will emit the fart gas around them. However, if something touches the fart cloud, it will not receive disease for 10 seconds. It will receive disease until it leaves the fart cloud or the fart cloud goes away, and in which case they will lose their debuff in 1 second afterwards. So you can throw this at the ground, a bunch of enemies run through the cloud, and then 1 second later, they're all cleansed. So this is an absolutely pointless, useless talent that you should never pick up for any reason whatsoever. Alright? And the reason we are going with social distancing, I will cover this when I fight this big demon monster up here and show you exactly why it is your basic, it's going to give you all your stamina that you need. And I know it's not talented, and it doesn't say that it gives stamina, but in a way it does, okay? And there's a few reasons why. So, for those that don't know, social distancing, let me just show you. I'm just going to put it on. What it does is, you throw your hatchet and you hop backwards, okay? Sounds kind of lame. You can animation cancel the hop if you want with your block, so you just throw it and you stay in place. That's totally fine. The thing with this is that when the enemy is debuffed, it's going to give you haste. It's going to give you 30% haste, and it's also going to slow your target. Now, the slow will not work on the big boys. The big demon boss monsters that you can't crowd control, it will not work on them. But the haste will work on you. And then if you know how to animation cancel, which I'm going to show you right now, and this bison is in the way. So, what you're going to do is you're going to hit them with the social distancing throw. As soon as you land, you're going to hit block, then you're going to cast Berserk, animation cancel your Berserk with another block, and then you're going to run and strafe away. So let's say that the campfire is the bad guy, and I'm low on stamina, and this is a bad guy that never stops attacking, like the Thorpe monsters, you know, the big Commander Thorpe, soldiers in Merkgard, the really big dudes with the flaming swords, they never stop attacking, okay? You can't just let go of right click, get your stamina back, and then tank them indefinitely. They won't let you, they will hit you too much. So when you are about to have your guard broken, you're going to, as you block, you're going to press your weapon swap, hit him with a social distance, block, berserk, block, and then you're going to sprint away. And this is going to sprint away at 50% speed, not 20%, because your berserk and your social distance, when you hit them, because they will be debuffed, and I'm going to talk about that too, is going to let you run at 50% speed. So you're just going to be running away at a huge, you're going to be running so fast away from them, right? And I can show you what it looks like on a mob. Let's just run over here, and I'm just going to debuff them and then show you exactly what this looks like. So, there we go. So now they're debuffed. Gonna hit them with the social distance, and they actually staggered me here. So I didn't really get to show it off there. Bummer, but it's fine. And then we can just kind of tank them, just while we wait on our cooldowns. Or we can just kill them. It's fine. Get our cooldowns back. I don't have a refreshing move on the hatchet. It would be nice to have it on the hatchet, but I currently don't. Alright, so let's do that again. They're going to stagger me again, but they're debuffed this time, so animation cancel that, and I still messed it up, but it didn't even give me the haste from the social distance throw either, because I canceled it too quickly. Well, there's always another third time's the charm, guys. Let's do this. Alright, so let's block that. Okay, so you hit them, and I don't have Berserk up, so we gotta wait. I'm just going to get my cooldowns by smacking them. It's okay, they don't do much damage. 5 seconds on the charge. They're still debuffed anyway. But here we go. This is it, guys. So there we go. Swap. And, well, there we go. See how fast I run away? And during this time, you're getting your stamina back. You're also healing in case you took any damage. And then when your stamina is back, you can just re-engage, get your cooldowns back. And now, let's also talk about aggro, okay? Now, let's say this buffalo is the big boss monster, and I have thread on it. I've been beating on it. I casted this. Now, you see that those little lightning bolts at the top of its name? That means it's been taunted. Alright? Also, another thing, too. Let me find another bison, just to explain. If you look at its life bar, you see how on the left and right side there are red little... I'm going to try not to move the camera, because it might be blurry for you if you're not watching it 1080p. Oh, come on. Okay. So look at this bison. You see its life bar? There's nothing on the left and right sides of the life bar. But when I taunt it, you'll see that it's now red. There are red little squiggly lines on the left and right side. That means I have aggro. That means the enemy wants to attack me. So I still have aggro on this thing. See how the life bar has those squigglies? Exactly. So if you run far, now the bison, it doesn't work on the bisons. They're a bad example, but when you're fighting Merc Guard elites or in a dungeon like a boss, and you run far enough from them, you just drop off their aggro table, and they will aggro the next highest person up. So you can't run too far away from them. And of course, if you're in the open world and you run too far away, they will reset their aggro and just run back to their main position. So you have to be wary of this. So the distance would be, it's like about this far, okay? And it does look a little distorted because I do have my my field of vision. So let me show you what it looks like, probably for you. From there to about here, if you go beyond this distance, you will drop aggro, and they will aggro a new target. So basically, when you have aggro and you have full stamina, you just want to like backpedal and hold block. Basically. If you get too far away, they will switch aggro. So you can't just run all over the damn map and aggro everything and hold aggro that way. You can on trash mobs and dungeons, bosses not so much. The problem with dungeons is if the healer does anything, then they will immediately grab aggro. You can't just run into a group of mobs and taunt them. The way taunt works in this game, alright, is it takes whoever has the highest aggro, and then it makes your threat level the same as theirs, and then a little bit more for the duration. So when I talk about duration, that is like right here. This is a taunt for 6 seconds within 8 meters. And then the next best one in the game is Berserk, which is a 8-second taunt for 8 meters. The rest of the taunts are very inferior to those two. You either have to hit the target or your animation locked for the duration. And I'm going to go over that too. Alright, so now that you know the basic threat and aggro mechanics and what to do, remember, as you block, like I'll just show you now on this guy, and if I die, it's whatever, okay? But we're just gonna tank him a bit. This guy, I will not be able to just hold right click. Come on, let me get you. Come on. He didn't hear that. Okay, well, there we go. So I'm just gonna hold right click now, and he's gonna pound on me, or he's gonna shoot a ball. Didn't do much stamina damage there. That's fine. Sucks me in. Okay, that's one hit. That's a 2 hit. I'm gonna let go of right click, but now I had to right click again. See how I'm out of stamina already in just 2 combos. So now we just do this. I can't block because I was stamina locked, but I'm able to run around, kite him. I got my stamina back. He's going to reset because I'm kind of far away. So there's 1 hit. I'm going to let go of right click, get my stamina back while backing up, and then there we go. Now another trick too, which I'm going to talk about, I talked about in the previous video, but using your shield ability, shield slam gives you 15 stamina. Using shield charge gives you another 15 stamina. And then this also locks you in place so you can't be knocked around. Okay, see what I did there? Now we're gonna run away. Get our stamina back, switch back, and we are back to blocking in. So this is how you have to do it. If it's a slow monster, I'm kind of cornered here. Alright, and there's a hit. That was a twofer. I'm gonna run away, block that, run away. Social distance. I took 1 hit instead of 2 there. Now here's another thing. As the with the hatchet, look at that. My passive Defy Death just popped up. Look at that. It saved my life. The healer can top me off. I can run away. I can pop this. I can hold block. I've got my stamina back. So if I didn't have hatchet on my offhand, I would have died there. Alright, and this is going to reset him because I'm out of range. So essentially, the hatchet not only allows you to dodge attacks, allows you to run away faster than any other weapon, but its Defy Death ultimate every 75 seconds lets you just not die. And during this time, you can get your stamina back, you can be topped off by your healer, you could chug a potion, you could do all sorts of things. You can swap back to your sword and continue tanking, right? So, the hatchet is bar none one of the best offhands to have. It's also amazing for solo play, because if you look at my stats, I am mostly strength, well, mostly constitution. Now, let me talk about constitution. If you look right here, it says that I'm not getting the damage reduction bonus, right? So let me show you why. As soon as I pull out the shield now, because I was sitting down, there it is. Now I have it. So what this allows you to do is if you're just running through the world, it's turned off. So if I'm running through and one of these little archers over here snipes me and hits me, it won't activate my passive until I'm ready to use that passive, okay? And that's just a little bonus for you know, being a budget set. You won't really have that when you have a higher tier set. So, what did we learn from tanking this guy? Essentially, if you space your opponent and you let go of right click, because a lot of tanks, they will just run up to the mob and hold right click until they run out of stamina, and then they will be dazed, and then they will be beat on. you have to let go of your right click whenever the mob is not attacking. Or just learn to take a hit every once in a while. It's okay. You have potions. You have 2 separate potions you can use. And then, like, I can also just strafe away, take a hit, that's fine. Now, when you take a hit, you will be staggered, but one of the bonuses for Hatchet, and he's going to reset here, one of the bonuses for Hatchet right here is while Berserk is active, you are uninterruptible and you can't be staggered. Also, it makes you run 20% faster for those that don't know, and it heals you. Alright, up to 30% of your max HP. So, this is what it looks like, and I didn't animation cancel it, I'm sorry. To animation cancel Berserk, by the way, for those who don't know, as soon as you cast it, just tap your block button, that's it. And look at that, I'm getting my health back. This thing is great for solo play. Also, it's an AoE taunt, it's the best taunt in the game. It's better than the shield taunt, because it's instant. So, again, we're just gonna buff up there. Block that, and now we're gonna strafe away, get our stamina back, full stam, good. Now he's going to cast a little ball, or no, he's going to suck us in, that's fine, that's 1 hit, back up, oh, that's 2 hit, back up, and remember, I'm strafing here, I'm not backpedaling except while I'm holding block. Now I did take a hit there because I don't have my field of vision set correctly. See, I have it, my field of vision is 50, I can't see when he's swinging, I have to use audio cues, but because I'm talking, it's a little hard to pay attention. Now, also another thing too is I'm not using shield abilities in between his swings, which is what you should be doing, okay? Because you want to keep and hold threat. So, say I block his attack, and immediately while he's on cooldown, I smite him, all right? Or shield slam, that's what it's called, and that's going to generate more threat. That's going to keep him taunted on me, and it's going to give me 15 stamina. Then he's going to hit me again. Then I'm going to shield bash him. That's going to weaken him, by the way. For those that didn't watch the other video yet, weaken here. That's 10%. For 10 seconds, that means he deals 10% less damage to us, and then of course you do this, but it's gonna heal you if you weapon swap. It'll heal you immediately. That's another little trick. And like I said, let's practice a little dodge just real quick. Okay, we got him aggroed. Let's block some hits. So there's a charge, swipe, and I didn't do that right at all. So I made the mistake of blocking with the hatchet. You don't want to do that. So I'm gonna take some hits. That's fine. Get our social distancing ability back up, and here we go. So there we go, and I kind of did it right there. Now, I didn't have them debuffed. In a group or a party, you're going to have them debuffed. And then, can I dodge that? No. That is a... Whoa, he is way out here today. Swap to shield, just in case. Go ahead and reset, man. He went past the barrier. He's kind of mad. It's like some Wreck-It Ralph stuff going on right there. But once you learn this, and I don't know why I can't do it on camera, but it's like I said, you do it, you block, you cancel, you block, and then you run away. So I was able to do it that time, just not in combat. And if he's debuffed, you'll run 30% plus 20%. Let's talk about the other weapons and why you should and should not use them. Okay, so the first one is the life staff. Now, let me just talk about blocking real quick, okay? Look at my stamina bar. While you're blocking, obviously, you never regain stamina. Now, I'm going to let go. I want your eyeballs on my stamina bar. I'm going to let go of right-click, and you'll see a flash. So, boom. You see that flash? Then it starts regenerating. I'll do it again. When I let go, there's a little flash, and when that flash ends, that's when your stamina regeneration continues. So, with the life staff, there is, and you won't always be able to stand inside of sacred grounds, unless your healer is super godlike and the enemy isn't pushing you around. But what this does, with this perk, mind you, your healer should have this. 50% stamina regeneration, okay? So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to cast and then double dodge. Now I'm going to let go. Now look at my stamina bar. Instant. It just instantly starts coming back. Now it comes back slowly and then it comes back fast. So I'm blocking, let go. See how it kind of trickles and then it like full burns there? Or it just goes full speed. So that's what that 50% stamina regeneration does. It's an okay perk, but it's not better than this, the Void Gauntlet. Now, since my Void Gauntlet video, this has been double stealth nerfed, and I want to talk about that. Alright, so used to, this ability, Essence Rupture, you could tag the enemy, and this passive, when you hit the afflicted target, you would receive 15 stamina. So what happens is you would use Oblivion, which dumps a big purple circle on the ground, and this, if you stand in the circle, you get 15 stamina, which is great. But this also used to have a stealth crit, where it wouldn't deal more damage, but it would still technically crit, and this would lower the cooldowns of everything. Even if you swapped to Sword and Shield, it would lower the cooldowns. They fixed that. Also, this Oblivion used to trigger your Invigorating Rupture, so it counted as a hit. But they nerfed that too, and they didn't put it in any patch notes, and it's so dumb that they nerfed the heck out of this, right? It was too powerful, I guess, because you would tag the mob with this, you would drop this on the ground, and then you would just hold block, and you would get all your cooldowns back, and you would get 30 stamina every in-game second. It's insane. Like, you could tank these guys without any effort, without any finesse, without any micro, or any trouble at all. Now, you can still use Void Gauntlet and drop the Oblivion down and get that 15 stamina per second, but you won't get this off cooldown while you're sitting here blocking. You just won't get any cooldown reduction at all from it, which is a big bummer. So it is not that good anymore as an offhand. Now, let's talk about the Rapier. Okay, so the Rapier has similar mechanics to the hatchet, and so let's say you're blocking, right, and you're down to, like, see how I'm down to 8 stamina, so it's time to do something. You have a few options. Against these big guys, you cannot stun them, so if you use riposte, yeah, you will counterattack, and you will block that first swing, but that second swing is coming, and it's gonna smash you. So, that's unfortunate, right, because the way riposte works is when you counterattack, you have a little animation where you, like, spin around and smack them. I'll show you what it looks like for those that are uninitiated. I'm going to try to, like, tilt my camera a little bit, too, so you can kind of see it from the front. So, let's get this guy to attack. And then see how you, like, spin around and, like, elbow him or backhand him or something? Now, if you are hit during that animation, it resets the animation, and you stay immune, right? Yeah, he's going to follow me, so I just... Do I deal any damage? I actually deal more damage. This is a Dex Intelligence weapon, and I actually out-DPS my sword and shield. That's pretty funny. Now, another reason you'd want to use hatchet is because you'll be dealing thousands of damage. I only deal like 600 with a crit on my swings. That's why I was using Rapier. Anyway, so let's talk about the Rapier. The taunt is the riposte, but it is only... So get this. It is a taunt for 4 seconds within 5 meters, okay? So... Here's the thing, you're locked in this animation though for that, like, as soon as you start the riposte, as soon as you push that button, you are locked in an animation, you cannot move. And I mean, I think you can evade out of it, maybe? You can't roll out of it, but you can evade out of it, alright? That's getting a little technical there, right? So you can evade out of it. But for that whole animation lock, yeah, they're taunted, and then they're not. Like, by the time you get out of it, the taunt is already wore off. So you're not really doing anything with it, right? The other ones are 8 seconds long, and they have a bigger AoE. This is only 4 meters? No, it's 5 meters. Yeah, that's not that good. Now, another thing, too, is while you're blocking and you're out of stamina, you can switch to your Rapier and then do a quick 180 and then dash away. So it looks like this. So you swap, and then you immediately dash away, and then you would evade, dodge, cancel, because evade does give you some stamina. So it is a quick way to get back into the fight. So let's say I'm almost out of stamina, right? And I'm going to wait on my cooldown. 2 more seconds. It's okay, guys. It's a long video. You're learning. And then we're going to swap away, evade, swap back to the shield, and now we have 69 stamina. So it's not super great, but it does put enough distance for a Thorpe quadruple swing to miss you. But otherwise, the hatchet does everything the Rapier does better, and the passive that saves you from dying if you screw it up. Now, let's talk about the Spear. The Spear has a knockback, which does not work on the big monsters, so it's completely pointless. It does have this 30 stamina regeneration, which gives you this a lesser effect. Remember the effect I showed you with the Life Staff? It's basically the same thing, but you're switching to a Spear with very low block stability. So the Spear, not that great, and its only taunt is a Vault Kick. You have to hit the opponent with it. It's not an AoE taunt, it's one target, or a few targets if you cleave them with it, and it only taunts them for 2 seconds. Same issue, while you're vault kicking through the air and you're landing, the taunt is already wearing off, so the taunt is pointless on the Spear. Great Axe, it has, what, Reap? This is a long cast animation, it only taunts what you hit, and yeah, it does restore some life, but it's not a good tank weapon. It just don't use it. The Warhammer has Shockwave. This one is a longer taunt and a longer range taunt. This is like a snipe taunt. But it has a long cooldown and it's awkward to aim and you can be knocked out of the cast animation, so it's not recommended at all. Bow, all Bow has is evade shot. There's no taunts. No real stamina tricks you can use with the bow. The musket, it has this one where you can strafe. 10% faster. That's it. That's the only thing you could do. It's not better than the hatchet at all. Fire Staff, the burnout ability takes way too long for you to cast. You'll be hit and killed. We already talked about Life Staff. Now let's talk about Ice Gauntlet, okay? Ice Gauntlet has no taunts, but it has some interesting mechanics. If you are tanking low-level dungeons or low-level mobs, like if you're going to go AoE level 40 pigs, the Ice Gauntlet is the best tanking weapon in the game, and here's why, okay? So you have this passive that when you block, it converts mana to stamina. This is bugged, and when you hit 0 mana, you will still regenerate stamina when you block, so you can never be guard broken by lower level mobs. However, these big fat boss mobs will guard break you regardless, and even like a bunch of level 60 regular normie mobs like these guys over here, right? They will still guard break you if enough of them are in your face, okay? Because they do guard break abilities that deal your mana damage and your stamina damage, and the stamina damage that they deal is more than what this passive restores. But there is another thing too that you can do, and it's not that great against boss monsters. It's okay against the regular monsters, but let me just show you a little live demonstration here. So we're gonna fight, and I'm just gonna block his attacks. All right, see how long I last. So I'm getting low. I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna turn to Ice Tomb. Look at that. He broke the tomb in one hit. All right, so the tomb is not good for boss monsters, and now I'm staggered, and I'm gonna have to block here. No, I'm stunned. I'm gonna chug a potion there. It's okay, I've got hundreds of them in the bank. It's not a big cost. It's only like 3. Oh man, he bowled me down like a bunch of bowling pins. Look at that. Alright, go ahead and reset, man. Now look at my HP. So a cool thing that you can do in the Ice Tomb when you are fighting low-level mobs is you can eat a food, and then you can Ice Tomb, and the Ice Tomb does passively heal you. So the food buff is going to heal me, and nothing's happening at all. I'm not healing at all. What the heck? Did they fix it? I guess they fixed it. Okay, so you can't do that anymore. That's interesting, because if you don't eat a food, then you heal anyway. But if you have that... that's such a stupid fix! If you have the food healing buff on when you initially eat the food, it just turns off all regeneration. That's really stupid coding. I'm sorry. That's a dumb fix. Why'd you guys do that? Now look at my HP. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the Ice Tomb, and it's still not working. This worked before I filmed, because I rehearsed this, and now it's not. I don't know why, but when you're in the Ice Tomb, it's supposed to heal you by... It's supposed to heal all your stamina, your mana, and a bunch of your HP. But it's not. Also, for big monsters, this spell does nothing. It doesn't slow them, it doesn't stop them, and this spell tickles if you're not intelligence-based. It doesn't slow them, it doesn't slow the big boss monsters. So using the Ice Gauntlet, there's really no point. And another thing, too, that I want to add is if you have, you know, my budget set and you're using a tower shield with sturdy on it, and you have all the right passives, and you go to a group of level 40 mobs, you know, just a big group, and you start blocking them, yeah, you can't block them forever like you can with the Ice Gauntlet, but their regular non-stagger attacks will deal 1 stamina damage, and I have 108 stamina, so I can block them as long as I really need to, and again, with the hatchet, you can just back off and get your stuff back. So that covers the offhand weapons for tanking. So what did you learn? You learned that you should only use the hatchet. You should also put a carnelian in it so that you could taunt, and so that your attacks deal good damage. Now you may be thinking, but SwoleBenji, as a tank, you deal stupid low damage and it's boring, and outside of dungeons and merc guard runs, you're useless. That is not true. Now, you've seen my videos where I kill mobs with the rapier. That is a complete glass cannon build. This War Rift Patroller can 3-shot my rapier build, right? But I can also delete him in maybe 1 to 2 seconds. But if I just put on the I'm a full tank build, okay? I can just run up to this guy, just start swinging. Look how much damage I do. I can't, like, the rapier would have killed him twice by now, right? But look how much damage he does to me. I'm not even blocking, right? And I'm just gonna get my health back. Like, I'm fully healed. Like, it's no problem. This is a silver mob. This thing can 2-shot my rapier build, but it's no problem. I can just sit here and I can just zug it. I don't even have to look at the screen. I can watch anime while I'm just spamming left click. Can you hear it? I don't even have my mouse on the ground right now. I'm just spamming left click, okay? Now I had to put it down to swing my camera, of course. Oh no, he put mines on the ground. Oh no, mines. Oh no, they're blowing me up. Oh no. Look, I'm a tank. That would kill anybody, but not me because I'm a tank. And look, now I'm gonna go berserk. I didn't animation cancel. Look at that. I'm just gonna heal. Look at that, 1,200. Also, as a tank, by the way, shields can block magic. No other thing can block magic. I just want to show you real quick. I'm gonna let him hit me. Also, this is another heal too that I can do. I can block those, take reduced damage. Well, if he would not miss. So there we go. Boop, blocked it, right? Now I'm going to try to block it with the hatchet. Well, obviously that wouldn't block, but you get the point. Let's just go ahead and kill him. All right, so animation canceled that, and then we run up and loot him. So the thing is, as a tank, it's very easy, very stress-free mob grinding. I can go do any PvP quest in the game except for maybe the really hardest elite ones. The point is, being a tank is pretty darn fun. It's good, it's rewarding. And when you're doing your Merc Guard runs, you're doing your dungeons, you are the Chad. You are the captain of the football team. You're the guy all the girls want, okay? So yeah, I'm SwoleBenji. Thanks for watching, right? Let's go ahead and fight this guy for reals this time. Boom, hit him with the shield. Get my stamina back. I'm gonna hit him with that. I'm gonna buff up a bit here. He's going to buff up too. He's going to punch his fists, get all tough and stuff. Now, I don't have my field of vision set correctly, but that's okay. I'm letting go of right click as soon as he stops attacking. I'm kind of getting my stamina back. Now's the time to run away. And I kind of did. You can also run behind him too. You don't have to run away. You can just kind of run around, kite him a bit. And he's going to... You don't want to block when you have your hatchet out. You want to dodge. Because now I'm stamina blocked. But it's okay. I got my distance. He's going to bowling ball me. Oh no, he's going to suck me in. Sounds dirty. But see, look. I'm able to solo tank this guy. And that's without potions. Like, if I wanted... I could actually slowly kill him. Right? I could slowly kill this guy if I wanted. It would take forever. It would absolutely take forever. But the point is once you learn how to tank like this, even the Captain Thwart mobs, which are the hardest stamina hitting mobs in the entire game, you won't have a problem with. And if you want to get really ridiculous with it, you could also use oak bombs, you can use corruption tinctures to take even less damage from these things, and you become nigh unkillable. And you can do this in PvP too. I didn't really want to share consumable abuse in PvP because it's really cancerous and like the high-end whatchamacallits, the outpost rushes. Now remember, when you swing at them, you generate threat and you get your cooldowns back a little faster. But it doesn't do too much for your stamina. I wish there was like a stamina leech on hit. That would be so cool. Alright, and then we taunt him. See how long we've lasted so far? And look at my HP. I was back to full health for a sec there. Remember, you get that passive. When you're at full HP, you take 60% less damage every minute. So obviously, it would take me ages to kill this guy, right? But it's going to take him ages to kill me if I'm on my A game. Of course, if I start slipping up, you know, he starts beating me down. Like, let's say I'm really tired. I'm just going to let him hit me a bunch, right? Oh no, he's got me stunned. This is the end. I switched to hatchet. Look at that. Now I can't die. Defy death. See you later. I'm out. He might bowling ball me. I'm going to turn my camera. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, he what the heck? Where you bowling, dude? What are you doing? You aimed at the... Whoa! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, he had mercy. Yeah, there you go. Alright, guys. That's the video. That is advanced tanking. I have covered every single aspect of tanking. Alright. Just go out there. Oh, crap. What are you doing? Stunned, and see you later. You can also hit him with this, slow him down. You know, like I said, hit that berserk, run away. See, you're never truly afraid as a tank. Look at my HP. I'm my own healer, and it's so silly. It's so easy. And look at that. I got my cooldowns back. I could slow him down again. You'll never catch me. Catch me if you can. Woo! I could just turn and fight him too. Look at that, because he doesn't do any damage. And again, I could swap here, I could bash him, taunt him, swap back, that's another heal. Get that berserk back going. I can out-heal their damage. Like, that's the glory of being a tank. And I deal pretty good damage. I only have, what, 132 strength? And I'm in budget gear. This is budget gear, guys. I'm not even 500, 600 something gear score, whatever. Alright, that's the video. I know I dragged this on for like nearly 40 minutes. But it's very important that you learn these advanced tanking mechanics. I'm so sick of seeing tanks in Merc Guard just hold down right click and then Thwart mob swings, hits them 4 times, They sit there paralyzed and afraid, and they never let go of right click. They don't use any of their shield slams. They try to do reverse stab meme abilities. Well, what are you going to do? Lower your cooldowns while you get 4-shotted by the Thwart mob? Well, what the heck, dude? When you hit them with this, they deal less damage. The other one is a secondary taunt. There's no reason you shouldn't be having this as your abilities and tech tree, okay, guys? That's the video. I appreciate you watching. I try to make a video every single day. This one is chock full of information. I make these videos for myself, for my future self, so that when I revisit a video game, I don't have the power level of a newbie starting all over. Anyway, guys, see you in tomorrow's video. And remember, tanking is awesome. Go get yourself a tank set. Take care.